This little girl was trapped in the meadow with a hungry lion, but luckily her clever dog lured the beast into a bush and saved her life. It was just another ordinary day at the wildlife reserve. All the animals were going about their daily routines, looking for food, playing with their friends, basking in the sun. The African wild dogs were dozing off after a night of unsuccessful hunting. A pride of lions was getting ready to take a nap after a good meal, and a young girl named Kira was walking through the tall grass with her pet dog, trying to find some flowers for her mother. Suddenly, Kira spotted a patch of beautiful purple wildflowers and started to run towards them. But before she knew it, the tall grass had trapped her in a small open space between the trees. And that's when she saw the lioness. She was only a few feet away from Kira, and she could easily reach her with her paw. The predator took a step forward and let out a low growl, and Kira froze in fear. She couldn't move or scream. She was completely paralyzed by terror. At that moment, the lioness pounced, but instead of attacking the girl, she grabbed her by the leg and dragged her along. "Help me," Kira screamed, but no one could hear her over the sound of the wind and the buzzing of insects. No one except the curious monkey in the tree who was watching the girl get pulled further and further away. Meanwhile, the lioness stopped near a thicket of thorn bushes and started dragging Kira towards it. The girl struggled to free herself from the predator's grasp, but the lioness was too strong. As she dragged Kira closer and closer to the bush, she could feel the sharp thorns ripping her clothes and scratching her skin. But then suddenly, something miraculous happened. A small brown dog emerged from the bush, growling fiercely. It was Kira's dog, Ricky, and he was ready to defend his owner. The lioness let go of Kira and focused her attention on the little dog. She let out a loud roar and lunged at Ricky, who dodged her attack at the last second. Then he darted out from behind the bushes and disappeared from sight. The lioness, confused and annoyed, decided to ignore him and went back to finish off the girl. But Kira was no longer afraid. Thanks to Ricky, she now had a chance to escape. With all her might, she started running away from the lioness, who was too slow to catch up with her. Finally, Kira managed to reach the safety of the trees and hide there until her parents found her. When they finally located Kira, she was in tears. She threw herself into her mother's arms and told her about her encounter with the lioness. Her parents were very worried and immediately went to the forest ranger to report the incident. They wanted to know if the lioness was still out there and if it could pose a threat to other visitors. The rangers searched the area, but they couldn't find any lions. It seemed like the encounter was nothing but a wild coincidence. The next day, the family returned to the meadow to thank the brave dog for saving Kira's life. But when they arrived, they found Ricky lying on the ground, unconscious and bleeding. They rushed him to the vet, where they learned that he had been viciously attacked by another animal. Luckily, Ricky's injuries were not life-threatening, but he would need extensive surgery and months of rehabilitation. Kira's parents felt terrible, knowing that they had put both their daughter and their dog in danger. They should have known that bringing a pet to the wildlife reserve was a risky move. From that day on, Kira and her parents visited Ricky every day at the vet's office. They brought him toys, treats, and lots of love. And after a long and difficult recovery, Ricky finally made a full recovery. He was able to run and play again, and most importantly, he was able to live a long and happy life with his beloved owner.